I got a new piece of software that I am excited to review and show you how I use it. This software is called Evoto. It is AI-based editing software, and it has completely changed the way that I edit. It is amazing. It is super fast. It's easy to use, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Now, full disclosure, this video is a paid sponsored video by Evoto. However, they know that I'm going to give an honest review like I do all of my products. So whether it's good, bad, ugly, and let me tell you, this program is amazing. It really is. I use it in my editing workflow now all the time as far as portraits. Now this program itself, Evoto, can do batch edits. It can do background replacements. It can do a whole lot of stuff that a lot of these other platforms, these other softwares are doing, but I feel like it does it just a tad bit better. I'm not gonna lie. So let me show you it and how I use it in my workflow. Now I do use other products still for my culling and all of that, but this is really changed the way that I retouch photos, and getting that creamy, smooth, amazing skin and bright, colorful eyes in literally a matter of moments instead of what would take me an hour to 2 hours to do per photo. This is taking me 5 minutes. So sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, notepad, whatever you need, and let's watch this video. If at any time you want to follow along, I have a link down in the description below where you can download this program and try it out and save yourself a little money with my coupon code. So let's get into it. I'm not going to talk about the specs, the pricing, all of that. You can check that out in the description. Otherwise, let's get into this program. Let me show you how I use it in my workflow and show you how amazing it really is. Okay, so here we are in Evoto. This is what it looks like when you first open it up, minus the images I already have in there. I already have some images, and like I said, I want to show you how it does skin retouching, because that's the way that I'm going to use this. That's the way that I feel the people that are watching my videos are going to use it. So that's what I want to show. I don't want to show the batch editing and all of that stuff, because I want this to be more specific to the way that I edit and the way that it can help me in my workflow. Now I'm still going to use programs like Lightroom and Photoshop and all of those to still touch up photos, but I feel like this is going to replace the skin cleanup and the retouching part of the whole process. So color grading, all of that stuff will be done elsewhere, but this program for skin retouch up or skin touch up and just the overall cleaning up a portrait it's a game changer. Now, there are a couple things that I want to show that do not work as well or do not work at all. There is no option. However, I've talked to the people at Evoto, and they have let me know that there are updates coming out and there are changes and fixes to what I'm going to be talking about. So let's get into it. I'm going to do 2 photos for you. We're going to sit down, we're going to do a female photo, and then we're going to do a male photo and show you kind of how I would use it to touch up a photo. So we'll start with this picture of Faith here. Fantastic photo already. Just want to clean it up just a little bit and show you kind of what it will do for skin softening, blending in colors. As you can see, she's got some suntan lines here. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to show you. So the first thing that I'll do, I'm just going to crop it just because I want to crop this down just a little bit. We'll go about there. So now we got it cropped. Okay, so I'm going to, as you can see, it automatically goes to the facial. It sees that it's a female. But what I want to do is I want to go over to the color palette and kind of edit some of the colors a little bit. I'm going to bring the shadows up just a little. Now, none of this is different than anything that you would see in like Photoshop or Lightroom or anything like that, Capture One. So that's not really going to change much. Exposure, it has all the same features as most other editing platforms do. Curves, HSL, detail, color calibration, all of that stuff it's here. So we all know how to use that. If you know how to use Lightroom, if you know how to use Photoshop, if you know how to use Capture One, anything like that, this is going to be easy breezy. So but I just wanted to turn it up so I could see what was going on a little bit. Now you can hit these filters, and these filters are automatically going to add an overall look to the photo. I don't like adding these filters. I would rather create my own look. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this face, this little head right here. Now this is where I use this program. Let me tell you, I can take a photo start to finish in about 10 minutes with this. Now I'm going to slow down for you guys so you can kind of pay attention and see what's going on. But overall, I can do a photo in about 10 minutes with this because of how freaking easy this is. What we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of zoom in on our face here so we can kind of see what's going on. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start at the top and just kind of work down. Now remember, with any editing, whether it's Lightroom, Photoshop, Capture One, Evoto, any of them, a little goes a long way. So remember that. Little edits, and if you feel like you've taken it too far, you probably have, so bring it back just a little, all right? So we're gonna start right here with the face freckle and acne removal. She doesn't have a lot on her skin, but I will see a little bit where it will kind of clean up some of this stuff. So let's go ahead and just, I always bring everything to about halfway and see what it does. As you can see, it didn't really do too much to her skin. So she doesn't have a lot. So now we're gonna go down, we're gonna make sure we can see her body, like body blemish removal. Her skin is like almost flawless. I wouldn't feel like it would do anything down here. And the next one would be fixing oily face. Her face is a little oily, just because I wouldn't even really call it oil. It's more like sweaty. We were in Universal Studios, Florida, and it was hot there. So as you can see, it's already starting to clean up this photo like a lot. Forehead wrinkles, no forehead wrinkles in this girl's face, but we'll bring it up a little bit just so you can kind of see what it's going to do. Now, I noticed that it's doing a little bit to her eyebrow right here. So let's go back down. There we go. Eye wrinkles. She has a little bit of eye wrinkles. It's just the way she's looking at me. It's not like she's got wrinkles. But let's go ahead and bring that up. See what it's going to do. Not much. This is where it's going to affect it. Will be the dark circles here. Let's go all the way, see what it does. Here we go. Smile folds, what that's going to be is it's going to be these lines right here. And let's see how it affects those. See, it took him, I feel like it took him too far by going up to 64. So let's go down to like 30. I want a little bit of wrinkle, a little bit of fold there, but not like chaos. So I feel like that's a good spot to have it. So neck wrinkle reducing, just because she has this line right here. I want to see what it'll do. It kind of straightens it up a little bit. Because she's got her head turned a little weird, so it's creating that wrinkle right there. We just fixed it by doing that. And double chin removal, this girl does not have a double chin, but let's just go ahead and see what it does anyway. See, it's not even going to affect her. No double chin, so we can go ahead and leave that one down. Now this is awesome. You can even remove pregnancy stretch marks if you wanted. Let's get into this skin facial touch-up now. So the top section, basically what that is it's defect removals, whether you're talking, you know, like acne, blemishes, scars, stuff like that. Now this is where I want to tell you one thing that does not work on it. There is no eraser. So you're kind of limited to what they choose to get rid of. Now, with that being said, I did talk to the people at Evoto, and they let me know that there is an update coming where there will be an eraser type feature, a clone stamp type feature. I don't have any more information about it other than it's coming. So let's go into the next section, which is the actual brunt of what we're doing, the skin retouching. So let's go ahead and let's bump this up. I like to bump it quite a bit because I like that dodge and burn look on a photo. And as you can see, it's really not even doing much. Or at least you feel like it's not until you do this. And then you can see really what you've done to the face. Let's go skin face smoothing. Now I barely use this because if you go way up here, it looks really, really touched up. So I only use this probably at 10 at most. And then we'll go ahead and do body skin smoothing, which is going to be the same thing. If you go too far, it's going to look fake. So we'll go there. Ruddy complexion. Basically, this is going to either make her look red, tan. And we'll go up just a little bit to right about there. Now, this is skin retouching is the next one, or skin tone unifying. This is going to help you with these tan lines that she has. So we'll go all the way up just to see what it does. And it's touching them up a little bit. They're pretty harsh, so I had a feeling it wasn't going to do too much to them. But it did fix them quite a bit. I mean, if you look at it, they are definitely way less noticeable. It's probably something that you're going to have to go in later and touch up. But the next thing you can do is you can actually change or modify the skin tone. So if you want to make her a little lighter, you can. If you wanted to make her much more tan or dark, you can. What I want to do is I usually go right around close to the actual natural skin tone of the person. And then I take this little amount slider and slide it down. So now you've added a little bit of tan to her, but not like a ridiculous amount. So that's what I would do for skin retouching on this photo. Let's go to face reshaping. Now this is crazy. You can go pretty overboard with this. You can change quite a bit. I'm not gonna do a lot to her. I mean, you could definitely do all sorts of stuff. Bring her cheekbones in, bring her cheekbones out. I'm gonna leave her pretty much how she is because she's pretty dang flawless. Maybe bring the jawline in just a little. But I mean, you can make her have a smaller face if you want. You can have her have a small lower face. You can bring this in. You can change the width of her face. You can change the height of her chin if you want her to have a longer chin. You can change the width of the forehead. And we're gonna bring the forehead down just a little. So I mean, you can tell the difference in this photo and like what we've done to it is just insane. And we haven't even gotten into anything yet, the fun stuff. So teeth, she hasn't shown any teeth. Eyes, so the eye brightness I thought was gonna be where you would change the brightness of the pupil. It's actually not. It's the brightness of the white in the eye. So, and I don't usually really bring up the white in the eye. I think it's kind of weird looking. So I did just a little bit, like 5%. What did I change it to? 9%. Okay, so makeup. This is where this program is insane. It'll allow you to add AI-based makeup that doesn't look like it's just slapped over. It looks real, especially when you play with like the amounts of the effect. Just watch this. This is insane. Now they have all these presets that you could go ahead and add to a person. I mean, it'll change your eyebrows, it'll change your skin, it'll change the way your lips are shaped. I mean, literally everything. But what I like to do is I like to go in and I like to manually add the makeup. So, and that's all done right here. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are on point. There's really nothing I would do to them. I don't really think we need any of this in here because her eyebrows, like I said, they're on point. Maybe just to darken them a little bit, because then they stand out just a little. So basically I just threw this 01 on and turned it to about 40%. All right, so eyeshadow. You can add in actual eyeshadow to people. And for this photo, I would probably go with this natural look. And I mean, you could go all the way up if you wanted, or you can take it down. And I'm gonna actually take it down. Next one, eyelashes. This is insane. You can add big crazy eyelashes if you want. You can add more natural looking eyelashes. You can take a little bit of the eyelashes away. You can add some wings. So I'm gonna go, I feel like I like this one. And then we'll take it down. Because we don't need to overpower her too much. And that's why I said a little goes a long way with one of these. Contacts. This is where I like to have fun. This is where you can actually change the color of their eyes. And I'll show you how I do it and how I make it look awesome. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in here and I'm gonna see what color eyes she has. So they're kind of a brownish color. So what I wanna do is I'll use this one, right? But that looks weird. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the amount and start turning it down until it blends in nicely with her actual eyes. Look at that. Let's add some blush. A little bit of rouge. Let's go with this. Let's go with something like that. And then once again, we'll turn it down because we don't want it to overpower too much. And then lastly, let's add some lipstick. Let's put some lipstick on her. So this one starts out as a texture as satin. You can change this to matte. You can change it to creamy. You can change it to shimmer. And you can actually see that it's changing her lips, like the gloss on her lips. And then we can add the amount. And I don't want to do anything too cray to her here. Let's just add just a little bit of red like that. And then we can go down here. The last step we can do is we can do full body reshaping if we want. We could reshape her body, as in take it and make her look really skinny, really, really big. The body shape, we can widen and shrink the body. We can make her, once again, have a smaller head if we want. We can slim the neck. None of this needs to be done to this photo. We can take in the arms a little if we want. Let's take in the arms just a little, just for the sake of showing it. I don't feel like she needs to, but you can actually enlarge the breasts if you want to make her have a bigger bust line. Slim the waist. We can bring in the waist a little bit. We don't need to. And we can widen the hips and shrink the hips if we want. Now, if this was a full body shot, you'd also be able to lengthen the legs, stretch the legs, make the legs wider. It's crazy what all you can do to this. But I mean, we're done with this photo now. And I'm going to show you the difference here. This is insane. So what was that? Maybe 10 minutes, 8 minutes maybe. And we went from this photo right here. Whoops. To this photo right here. I mean, it's insane what you can do with this program as far as skin retouching. Now, what I would do from here is I would take this, I would take it in to like Photoshop, Lightroom, somewhere that I'm going to do color grading, and I would color grade this photo and then make it look a little bit better. I would final touch that, the tan lines on her and stuff like that. But I mean, it's insane. It's insane what you can do. Now, let's go do one more, and we're going to do a male here. So we're going to do this photo of Christian here. Same process. I go through this same process, and basically by doing the same process over and over, you're creating a workflow that you will be able to just kind of automatically do in the future, and it makes it go much smoother, much faster. It's repetitive motion and creating, like I said, a workflow where you can just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and do the same thing. And yes, it looks like you're doing the same thing to every photo, but you kind of are. Because that's where you create your style, and that's where you create the look that you're going for all of your photos. So if you look at all of my photos, they all look very similar. So, and there's a reason, because that's my niche, that's my flow, that's what the style that people have grown to know me as. So yes, people might say that every one of your photos looks the same, but that's a good thing, because that's your style, that's your niche, that's what you're creating. And yes, they may all have a very similar look to them, but they are all very different. There's a different person, there's a different location, there's a different feel to each one because of the person in it and expressing their emotion through a photo. So yes, the workflow, the art, the end product may look the same or similar, but it's because I've created an art form and a style and a niche. So yeah. Okay, back in that workflow again. Let's go to the art palette first, or the color palette. And we will just go ahead and bump these shadows up just a little. And that's all I need to do to this. I like the way that this photo looks. So we're going to go in here. I'm not going to crop it. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Now, as you notice, it's already found that this is a male. And what it has done, it's located the face. It's marked it as a male. And it's going to allow you to now edit the male type features in a photo. Now, if you want to change that, you want to go to female, kid, senior, whatever you want, you can go ahead and just click it right up here. Otherwise, let's get to work. I'm going to zoom in so I can see his face a little bit here. We will go ahead and hit this freckle and acne remover, and let's see if it gets rid of some of these little marks on his face. Let's go all the way up with it. And look at that. It's got rid of this freckle, this one, some hard marks up here, this one. I mean, all of them. Look at this. Bam. Amazing. Just with one slider. That's all that it took. So he doesn't have any body blemishes, I would really say, but let's go ahead and see if it'll do anything. I mean, it did clean his skin up quite a bit. It got rid of some of his hair, though. Some of his arm hair. So let's take it back down, because we do want that arm hair, because it looks kind of odd with just arm hair over here. Okay, so that's good. Let's go back up here to his face. Let's fix this oily face. Looking good. Forehead wrinkles, no real forehead wrinkles. Unless it decides this is one. Nope. Eye wrinkles, let's bring this eye wrinkles up quite a bit and see if it'll fix this stuff. So see, it's gotten rid of like the dark circles and all of that. So let's take it back down just a little bit. There we go. Dark circle reducing, let's bring that up. Might get rid of this, might get rid of this. There you go. All right, smile folds. He's got a pretty rough smile fold on this side, so let's see if we can get rid of it a little bit. Whoops. This one. But we got to watch because we're also getting rid of this one. I don't mind that. I think that looks pretty good. All right. Neck wrinkles. He's got a neck wrinkle just because of the way he's standing. Go ahead and fix that. And the double chin removal, let's go all the way up and see if it really fixes much. So basically all it's doing is it's kind of filling in his beard, which looks pretty good. I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good. All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's go skin retouching. Magic Face Skin Dodge and Burn. This is where you're gonna get that really artistic look on the face. Look at that. Smoothing it out. I don't want to go that far though, because now with me, with a male skin, I usually don't do as deep retouching because I want some of that roughness to the photo. So let's just go up to about right there. And like I said, this I probably won't even 6, if that. No body skin smoothing needed in this photo. Ruddy complexion. Let's give him a little bit of a tan. And the skin tone unifying. So that's changing his chest there. Did you see that? It's changing it right here. Okay, so we are at, and see, I almost feel like I've taken it too far with his face. So let's go back here and let's get rid of this. There we go. Much better. Still retouched. Still got rid of a lot of this harshness, but a lot smoother, a lot more camera ready, I guess you could say. So let's mess with some skin colors here. Ooh, we could give him a little bit of a tan. Let's go with this one and then turn the amount down. Now, the skin temperature I could even make warmer if I wanted, or cooler. But I think it was good where it was at. So there we go. That's where we're at so far with Christian's photo. Face reshaping. Let's bring his chin in just a little. Now, I don't want to make it like weird. I don't want to ever change a person. So I don't want it to not look like the person. So when I do these reshaping tips, these reshaping touch-ups, it's just small little miniature movements. Because like I said, I don't want to change who the person is or make them look like something they're not. Cheekbone, temple, none of that needs to be moved. Jawline can come up just a little. Make him have a small face. Small lower face. Yeah, we'll bring that up just a little. Chin height. And the forehead height. And you can even symmetrizing. You can make his face more symmetry. But you can see it's like making the background all wonky and stuff like that. So let's not do that. Okay, let's go in here. No teeth, no eyes. We're not going to brighten up the eyes. Actually, let's go back into face reshaping and let's make his eyes a little bit bigger. I totally forgot to show you guys this on the first one. So with this face shape, you can change the actual size of the eyebrows and everything. The distance between the eyebrows, if you want to make them closer. You can change the tilt on him. You can make him angry or sad. Arch height. You can make him excited. But let's go into eyes. And let's make the eyes a little bit bigger. So now we've made his eyes a little bit bigger. That'll allow us to change some of the things later. We can edit his nose. We can make his nose a little smaller, make it longer, shorter. We can bring that bridge in, bring that bridge out. I'm going to bring the bridge out just a little. Width, the width of his actual like nostril flare, we'll bring that in, and the nose tip. But I think his nose tip is fine. Okay, so and then we can edit the mouth if we want to as well. Bring in the upper lip bigger, smaller, the lower lip, position of the mouth, the width. But I don't want to change any of that because that's going to change who he is then. I made his eyes a little bit too big. There we go. Okay. Back on to the makeup. Now, I'm not going to add makeup to Christian. That's not what I'm going to do. I just want to change his eye color a little bit. So we're going to give him some blue eyes in this one. And then we'll bring down the look just a little. So you can see. Now it looks like he has blue contacts in with that green coming through. And it looks really good. Last thing I would do on this one is I would probably kind of reshape him just a little. Probably bring that body in just a little. And we'll slim the waist just a little. Now, you guys know what he looks like before and after, but if you were to see this photo and look at it and be like, that's a great looking photo, like you wouldn't know that I edited it. I mean, you could tell that it's been edited, but you wouldn't see the before. So when you watch these before and afters, you're definitely seeing a start to finish change, but I mean, it is incredible what this program can do. Another 8 to 10 minutes, and I've made this photo magazine ready. It's soft skin, creamy tones, all of that. And now all you have to do is just kind of touch up the background a little and be on your way. If I wanted to, I could go right in here and I can enhance the background right here. Bring the background. If this was a photo with a blank background, like in a studio, you can absolutely like change the backdrop on the photo. It's insane what you can do. And I don't think it's gonna do it on here. Maybe it does. So there you go. You could actually change this photo if you wanted to and make him in a studio. If you wanted something like that, but that's not what I want to do to this photo. So let's get rid of all that and go back to normal. And that is the photo. So yeah, I mean, within 10 minutes, within 20 minutes, we've edited 2 photos that could go get slapped right into a magazine on a portfolio, ready to go to show your amazing work. Now, it does go with saying that you need to have proper lighting. You need to know your compositions. You need to know what you're doing on the field and able to edit like this. But I mean, once you have these photos that are ready to go, I mean, look how simple it was to use Evoto. So once again, thank you to Evoto for allowing me to try this. And let's conclude and talk a little bit more. So that's pretty much how Evoto works. Like I said, it does have a little bit of quirks, but they are rolling out new updates, and I will be putting out new videos for the new updates as they roll them out and let me try them and beta test and all that. So once again, thank you to Evoto for letting me try this, check it out, and show all of you how this works. Thanks again. Hit that like, that thumbs up, that subscribe button, whatever you want to do, and all that goody social media stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.